Hi everyone, we're back again at turn 20. I've got a green shirt on now, so things are getting really exciting around here. The idea of turn 20 is we want to really look at the last 5 turns before the ship limit. We want to start making those plans. And let's just have a quick review. I just went over it in the last video, but I'm going to go through it quickly again. We're up to 47 starships, and this is looking great. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rushes already. So we've got a good established fleet, but it's these last 5 turns where we're really going to be able to make a huge impact. That's going to make this fleet massive and put a ton of pressure on all the other players in this game. As I looked at my turn, there was another opportunity here. You really want to start thinking every little opportunity of this last bit. You want to spend every resource you can. You want to get everything to the star bases. And I realized that while I was planning to build a couple of rushes on my homeworld just before the ship limit, I realized that I have enough minerals. I could build the starbase at 334 instead, and then build those couple of rushes there, and that will still let me to continue building support ships, fast support ships at my homeworld. So the reason that worked is because this bovinoid over here started to produce a lot of money. So I'm able to bring 2,300 mega credits home from this bovinoid, which I've been developing with my falcons. So one turn back, that's a small economic advantage or a large economic advantage of the rebels or any race that has hyper jumping ships. They're very good in that way. So one other thing to keep in mind, as I look this turn, I've already played turn 20 here. I'm making a lot of decisions like this. Where should I send this guy? Well, at this point, like, these planets are starting to get mined out, which is good. I've gotten all the resources off of them in time to use them. Where can this guy go to get a little bit more in the time that we have left? So we've only got 4 turns left. So or 5 turns left. So a 4-turn round trip, 1, 2, 3, 4, is reasonable. He can bring back some minerals from here that we can then use on that final turn. If I was playing this turn a little bit slower, I might calculate if that's actually even necessary, in which case, and we might be able to do that a couple turns from now and then decide instead, okay, we don't need that minerals to build, but we're going to head back. You also don't know for sure if the ship limit is going to be turn 25. You can usually calculate fairly accurately by now, by turn 20, but if it might be longer. So in which case, sending these guys on a little bit longer mission might be worth it, with the intention of continuing to bring back those minerals, because if we get one more turn of builds, maybe we can get 4 or 5 more rushes built, and that's a huge difference. So again, we're also getting so much money out of this avian. That's also why we're able to do this amphibian. So by building that starbase one closer to my avian, I'm able to start routing money that way to get those constructed. So this is where we're at. We're going to head for the final stretch here. I'm going to try and play these ones out fairly quickly and see where it takes us. I'm going to pause and we'll play. Actually, I'm going to head straight into the next turn, and then we'll go from there. And we're on our way over to turn 21. Things are taking a little longer, but we've got a lot of things happening now. So host takes a little bit longer, but that's probably mostly due to the computer player. Computer player that I'm with takes kind of a long time to calculate what he wants. So I'm going to continue from here and play turn 21. See what we can do. Okay, I've played turn 21 now, and things are looking good. It's definitely getting right down to the crunch time now, and I am using every resource I can. The real key to playing these turns when you get to this stage is to be thinking about at least 2 turns ahead. You've got to be thinking, okay, what am I building this turn? And so I can look at Fornax, for example. If I look at one starbase here, what am I building this turn? I'm building a rush. Okay, so that's cute. So that leaves me with this amount of minerals here. Will I have enough minerals and money next turn? So right now I've got plenty of minerals. I've got 300 coming out, so I'm going to have. I've left this 120 here because I plan to hyper jump it over to my humanoid world, but 300 is coming out, so I'm definitely going to have enough minerals for next turn. And then I'm going to have money. I have to calculate here. I've got 906 coming from here. I've got 152 coming from here. So that'll give me 1,050 plus the 100 factories. That'll be enough to build my rush next turn. The following turn, I need to be thinking about the following turn as well. How is that going to work? I should have enough minerals again. I still have lots of duranium, titanium, and I'll get another 300 molybdenum. I'll get another 250 from this planet. And I'm going to need to get the money from here as well. So 400 plus about 400. So this planet produces about 800 a turn. And then I'm going to have another 63 coming from this tranquility. So he's going to be coming around in order to do that. So 2 turns from now, I should have that money. It's going to be very close still, though. So I'm going to need to be very careful and thoughtful about what I build next turn because I am really, really running tight on money, mega credits. So this turn, so each planet I'm looking at it at least 2 turns in advance. Usually, as long as you plan at least 2 turns in advance, it's able to kind of maintain that production level. So let's just have a look at how things are going. Things are going really great. We built some more. We built a couple of rushes on turn 21 this turn. And now things are really heating up. So here at Fornax, we're building a rush. Here at Centuria, of course, we're still building the rushes. At our home world, I'm finally taking the plunge. I have just barely got enough money, I think, to pull this off. If I make any mistakes, we'll see. I'll lose a rush, but I'm going to try to upgrade to Mark 7s so I can get the last few turns with Mark 7s and make sure that I have a strong fleet with a few mine layers in it to be able to protect me and attack the enemies. So that's counting on money that's been coming in from the bovinoids over here. Also at Centrum, I'm building a rush. So right now we're building 3 rushes this turn and this really nice tranquility. On top of that, we are now building a starbase here at Delta. So Delta, this is green, it's showing it's building me a starbase. So I should be able to build a rush there next turn. I've got money coming in from up here, and I've got money also coming down from those avians to arrive to pull all that together. And on top of that, I'm also building a starbase now here on that humanoid world out here in this outer rim. So getting a little bit of advantage here from the Falcons. And that's something you should get from the Rebels anytime. So because I got a little lucky here and I found this bovinoid and this humanoid together, I'm making use of it and colonizing this cluster and using a bunch of Falcons in order to move the minerals around here. There was no molybdenum to be found in this cluster, but because I have quite a lot over here and it's 1 hyper jump away, I'm sparing it from here and I'm using the Merlin to build even more molybdenum to make up for that differential that I'm bringing out to here. So we're hyper jumping back and forth quite a bit of molybdenum in order to try to get some rushes built up here. Everything else we've got just what we need up here. So this is going good, and we're going to build a bunch more ships here as we head to turn 22. Like I said, calculating is going to take a little bit longer because of the computer player, as he's getting bigger, I'm sure, over there. We haven't had a really good look at him, but here we can see the movement, those hyper jumpers, ships flying around. It looks cool. All right, got turn 22 to play here. I'm going to pause and play through turn 22, and then I'll probably wrap up this video and then do a finale video with turns 23 and 24 as we head to arrive at turn 25, which is our target goal. All right, here we go. Okay, I've played turn 22, and during turn 21, I made a tiny mistake here. This guy, this Falcon here, he didn't quite reach the planet. Very close, but 1 light year away from the warp well. So he never got to the warp well and fell into the planet. So that meant that my plan, which had been to split the money from here between over here and over here for 2 turns from now, wasn't going to work out. So I actually had to start thinking about how to reroute things around here and really to scrounge up every penny I can from all of these planets and send it over here to Centrum so that I could get that back. And then that would allow me to just hyper jump this money 2 turns over to here. So the interesting thing about that is that in the process of doing that and really thinking about how much mega credits I could just scrounge together by selling supplies and all these planets. And when you have a very high ship to planet ratio, you've got a lot more flexibility and you can deal with these kind of mistakes easier. And that, as you can see, there's a ship on every planet. So it starts to get a lot easier to address little issues that might be happening. And especially when you have your starbases built with a lot of connections to them. So the end result is that I'm going to be able to send this money away, and I'm still going to have enough money here. And so I think I'm going to actually send this money to my home world, which might actually get us just one more rush. So we're going to see how things go. And otherwise, things are going according to plan. So here we've got Fornax building a rush, Delta building a rush, Regula, this is our new humanoid world, building a rush. Centuria, our old factory, building a rush. Homeworld, building a Tranquility with Transwarp and Mark 7s. We've got a lot of rushes we need to tow. So we definitely need all these Transwarp drives. And yet one more rush at Centrum. So in fact, our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 starbases are now building 5 rushes in 1 turn and 1 good Tranquility. So we're really in a high production stage now, and you can see how these last few turns can make or break a fleet. It can be a humongous impact as we make these last few turns produce a lot of ships out of all of these starbases. So things are really going exceedingly well on this demo script, better than I had hoped. I'm playing these turns quite quickly. I had no idea about this map. This is just a standard map, and it's come together very well with the combination of things and where I've been able to build the starbases and you know, taking advantage of a few of the advantages of the Rebels. These Falcons are very flexible and they can make a huge impact, allowing you to exploit opportunities that may exist. So this is good. And so as we head to turn 23 now, I'm going to end this part of the video, and then we'll do a final stage with turn 24 and turn 23, 24, 25, and we'll be able to see what it is that our final numbers come out to. So 2 more turns to play, and we'll see where we're at on turn 25. Thanks for watching.